Hey guys, this is the YouTube version of my show. I don't love the idea of even putting it out like this, but I'm going to use YouTube to stay in touch with you guys from now on. That means this version is missing all the stories about coronavirus, insurrection, your Second Amendment rights, and more. All of these, of course, are usually my most honest, brutal, and important stories. Anyway, you can get the entire unfiltered and uncensored show for free by going to thecomicsgym.com or nickdip.com. It's still free on both of these sites, too. And if you want extra content each day, join at patreon.com or thecomicsgym.com for the daily Encore show. Also, while you're on these sites, please make a contribution to keep this show free and check out my tour dates. I'll be in Phoenix, Raleigh, New York, and Texas in the up-and-coming months. Remember, you guys keep thinking it, I'll keep saying it, and please enjoy, and please share today's episode. Talk to you soon. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How are you, folks? Welcome to the show, Tuesday. I love it when I don't have to get on a plane on the weekends. You know what I mean? I'm actually in a better mood all week. I'll tell you, folks, I read the news, and it's getting sick out there here early. Oh, before I forget, I wanted to give the guy a plug who did, the guy that did the sketch right here. Why?
It's pretty solid.
Isn't it? Like I said, don't commit a crime around this guy. They asked for a description, you fucking dead meat. Look at that. Got the ball in the right hand and everything. And it says, "What up, Nicka?" I thought that was a little edgy. I didn't care for that part. Look how fucking, that's scary that I look like that. Nice job. I'll tell you who he is right now. He's, give him a plug here. Does great work. Art of John Pennisi. That's art, A-R-T, of John Pennisi, Pennisi.com. He's got Phil Rizzuto on here. He's got Jeter. I guess I give out a cell, 516-754-3796. If you want something done, maybe you get a sports fan. He's actually got Carlos Santana in here, too. And does nice work. Thank you, John, again.
We can put them up on the screen in post. I can throw that up there so people
can
see it.
See that? That's Dallas helping you out. All right. Real quickly, I read this right before we came on the air. There weren't that many big things going on, but this one caught my eye. Mark Murphy, the president and CEO of the Packers. I was just telling Dallas, my great late friend who just passed away a couple months ago, Greg, his brother was roommates with Mark Murphy, the CEO of the Packers at Colgate. He played in the NFL, Mark Murphy. He was a safety, I think. Anyways, listen to this. Packers post fan letter, why didn't we draft any white players? Why? Now, why should that even be a little, you can't even bring up race as a black person. I'm pretty sure I've heard black people go, why didn't you have any black? Not in the NFL, but in other facets of life. So why can't we know the league's 80% black. And it's probably a dumb question, but it is Green Bay. It's pretty goddamn white. And I'm not talking about the snow, but just... anyways, he addressed it, Mark Murphy did. The team's decision in 2022 draft and a fan inquiry that expressed curiosity as why, out of the 11 players drafted by the Packers, none are white. You really can't answer that? I'll give you two, vertical leap and 40 time. Let's start there. Murphy addressed the fan who is also a shareholder in the team by name. He mentioned the woman by name. It's a woman. In his monthly column, Murphy Takes 5. Maryland, I can assure you that the NFL, and particularly the Packers, are not racist when it comes to draft. I don't think that's considered racism when a white person gets, shut down. When it comes to drafting players, by the way, this guy went to Colgate. He's no dummy. Draft decisions are based solely on the players' abilities and whether we think they can help our team, which is true. That's what I said about the owners. When people go, oh, they still don't like black quarterback. If Tom Brady was black, you're going to tell me anybody would hold it against any of those owners. It's such fucking bullshit. They got as rich as they did by hiring the best. That's how you get successful. They don't give a fucking... Again, talking like it's 1955. Anyways, he says, in case you haven't noticed, approximately 80% of the players in the league are black. And it has been that way for many years. There was a time, though, many years ago, when teams were reluctant to draft black players. Vince Lombardi, who was discriminated against because he was Italian, helped change things when he came to Green Bay and built the Packers into a dynasty by focusing on bringing in black players. So take that, people who think us greasy guineas are racist. I am very proud of our players, both black and white, and we have 2 trans Asians backing up. When they speak out on social justice and equity issues, don't go too far now. They are in a privileged position as NFL players and can help others who are not so fortunate, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, when I Google the question, I don't know who wrote this. When I Google the question of how many white overall were drafted, Google wouldn't answer it. See what I'm talking about? And it's not even racism, but they won't even go near it. Google, if you're implying, it's fucking insane the way we treat race. And for you Obama fans, see, if we thought like Obama did, white people, and I know we're the majority, but when it comes to the NFL, this is how Obama thinks. If Obama was white, he'd go, oh, there's only 20%, not even 20% of the players are white. That's racism. That's how black race baiters think, like Obama. They go to a Minneapolis school and they go, more black kids are being suspended than white kids. That's racism. No, you got to look a little further into it, but they don't. What other subject in the world do you use that type of logic? None. So anyways, I thought that was interesting, and Marilyn had the balls to ask a question. Again, it was Marilyn Manson. Did I mention that? Oh, boy. Yeah, big Packers fan.
Woo! Go Pack, go!
That's right. Dallas is a Packers fan. Isn't that funny? I'm saying Dallas is a Packers fan. And his girlfriend, Packer, is a Dallas fan. Nick, you're so funny. Shut your filthy pie hole, you greasy gob. Anyways, speaking of ugliness, here's the headline for story numero uno. That's French. Unfuckable pro-choicers protest Alito's house. I think my wife wrote this. She was in a bad mood. Pro-abortion radicals protested outside the home of Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito in Northern Virginia on Monday evening because of the whole abortion thing. People are getting upset, and they can't kill babies. And that was a fetus smoothie. Anyhow, left-wing activist group shut down. Do they ever work, these fucking... And I want you to notice how ugly. And I know, like I said it yesterday, the broads that are worried about abortion, nobody wants to fuck them. Not in a million. A lot of them are fucking lesbians. It's all about the woman's... It got nothing to do with kids. Can't have a man telling a woman what to do with her body. And I say, what are you talking about? Happens all the time. When I was in bed with girls, I go, now bend over this, and they would. Told them what. Now put your legs like this, and they'd be glad to. Left-wing activist group shut down D.C. organized the event. Shut Down D.C. is the name of the organization. They organized the event and had both speakers and a candlelight vigil at the foot of Alito's driveway. Alito was reportedly moved to an undisclosed location this weekend as precautions for his safety.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. No, Will Robinson.
Can you imagine? I want you guys to think about, I know you're fans of mine, you vote like me, for maybe if there's some liberal jerk off that stumbled on the show by accident, just think about this. If those were Trump supporters in front of fucking Ruth Bader Ginsburg, if she was still alive, or if they were at her headstone peeing on it or whatever the fuck, the coverage and the hate, they're terrorists. Not a peep out of these fucks. This is illegal, by the way. This is covered in the Constitution. You can't go to a judge's private residence to intimidate, which is what they were trying to do. Have they found out who leaked that story, by the way? That Alito's... Haven't heard shit, have we? It's probably, like I said, it was probably one of the lib Sotomayor or the other fucking Kagan. But can you imagine? Not a peep. Not a peep. While most demonstrations have consisted of pro-abortion activists this past week, pro-life activists also have been present, including showing their support for Alito outside his home on Friday. Yeah, I didn't see any of that anywhere. Not anywhere. Not anywhere. Let's take a listen to one of the, this girl is so elegant, and for a pro-choice leftist woman, she's so elegant and so calm, it surprised me. Roll tape with a pig face.
If you're gonna say that this is too much, please keep that same fucking energy for the people who are getting harassed, the clinics who are getting attacked, the people who are just trying to live their life without being forced to have a child they don't fucking want.
Pause. Who's gonna fuck you or who did fuck you? Why are you even talking about abortions, babies? Nice mouth. Do you blow your dad with that mouth? As Tony Soprano said to a black crack whore in one of the episodes. Go ahead.
Lastly, I would like to say something very near and dear to my heart.
Ooh.
Fuck Brett Kavanaugh, fuck Samuel Alito, and fuck everybody who thinks that they can tell someone that they don't have a right to choose.
Fuck them!
Oh!
Fuck them!
Fuck your mother!
That's me in the back.
Fuck your mother!
Everybody looks. Oh my God. She's not even comfortable. She's like, she fucked up the names. She's not even nice though, huh? Like we say, there's nobody angrier than people on the left. Fucking pro-choice. Nobody angrier, more shrill. And I'll say it again, because your ideas don't hold up. How Roe v. Wade get fucking put into the Constitution is beyond fucking... Everybody knows it's a mistake, you fat fuck you. How did I miss that one? Look at you, fat fuck you. I think we have more footage, right? Let's check this out. Them chanting their chants. Pause. There's another fuckable one. Look at the tick. Look at the human tick in the yellow t-shirt. There's an actual dog following her because she thinks it's a fucking sheep hound. Yeah, that dog's going to sniff her ass thinking it's a goddamn Rottweiler. Can you imagine? What is she doing there? Somebody told her there was hot dogs or something. Go ahead, let her roll.
A coward! Alito is a coward! Alito is a coward!
Very original.
Little baby coward!
All right, enough. And this guy's there. When you go home and diddle your clits, fellas, you fucking... He's a coward. He's overturning something that, could kick off a civil... That's a coward?
And even then, it was just an opinion. There's nobody's coming out and saying that it's actually going to happen.
That's right. That's exactly right. It's not even, and that's why this shit's going on. Somebody leaked it to start this shit. And they're trying to send you a sign. If it does happen in a couple months, I think shit will go down. But I think this time the right, I don't know. All I know is I used to perform abortions, like I said, in the back of a Dodge minivan down by the high school. I would go through coat hangers like I was working at the dry cleaner. Anyways, I've never seen a broad at a fucking, either a woman's march or a gay march that is even Again, they fit out of their anger. They're angry at the guy that fucking made them look like Otis Sistrunk in a miniskirt. Here's some of the girls I dated up at Maine, and didn't get. Yeah, I remember her freshman year. I met her. Obviously, there was a Krispy Kreme that just opened in Bangor, and go ahead. This one, I think she had an eating disorder. I'm not sure, but she stunk down below. She stunk down below. And when I say below, I mean in the basement I kept her in. I had her chained to a fucking... And this one, the blowjob she gave, when she blew me, it was like, all I could think of, it was like Quint being bitten in half in the orca. Look at the choppers on this one. My God. And this one here, I liked her. She was a cheerleader up there, the hottest one. She invented the Nautilus machine where you work your neck. Look at that fucking thing. Oh, God.
It's like a human whack-a-mole.
Yeah, whack. Oh, God. I'm starting to think maybe the pro-choicers are right. We don't need any of that. Minga. Mazabatsa. Anyways, let's stay on the subject of abortion. New York, again, another reason to get the fuck out of New York. I said it on stage while I was up there. I go, guys, I love you, but I really, honestly, I don't understand what you're doing. Plenty of places. The New York taxpayers could be on the abortion hook. Get it? Nick. For the love of Christ, Nick. Just, yeah, on the abortion hook. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to, okay. What'd you say? I said on the abortion hook. Timing is everything in common. As the United States Supreme Court appears ready to strike down Roe v. Wade, New York Democrats want taxpayers to fund abortions, get this, for out-of-state women. Oh, my God. Including illegal migrants. I'll call them aliens. Through a proposed state program costing tens of millions of dollars per year.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
They just want to kill babies all over the place. Send them here. Do you guys know, was it 2 years ago, more black babies were aborted than born in New York City? That's a real statistic. Unbelievable. And that's what you're for, pro-choices. Margaret Sanger, she found fucking Planned Parenthood. Was into fucking genocide and eugenics and all the other horseshit, sprachen sie raus. Anyways, that's the goal of this bill, to ensure that everyone can get the care they need, no matter their immigration status or their socioeconomic conditions, insurance status, all that, Assemblywoman Jessica Gonzalez Rojas told the... So, really? That's her?
Yep.
Oh. Can you imagine? She's not even considering how the taxpayer feels. They're all Marxists. They think everything should be on the dole for everybody. It's only your money, hard-working taxpayers, usually the middle class, who do the right thing, get up and go to work every day. Your money will be going towards something you don't even support. Remember the Hyde Amendment? What happened to that? Anyways, Jessica Gonzalez Rojas told the Post Monday about the legislation she is sponsoring with State Senate Cordell Clear, Democrat Harlem. So we have a black and a brown woman wanting all the hard-working white people to kill the babies. Pay for it. How dare you? I mean, Mexicans work hard, too. I'm just saying. Well, Cordell Clear, wasn't that a fucking wide receiver for Texas State last year? God damn it. So she wants you guys to pay for it.
What you just said
I didn't. She did.
is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
I know.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
It's only Dallas.
May God have mercy on your soul.
there is no God. I am like God and God like me. The Envision Reproductive Freedom and Equity Program. I'll repeat that stupid name. It just sounds expensive. The Envisioned Reproductive Freedom. Your uterus is not free. It's chained. And Equity Program. There's the equity, folks. There it is. It's not equality anymore. It's equity, meaning guaranteed outcome. Would cover medical costs and traveling expenses. Oh, Jesus. Where are you having these things done? At Sandals in the Bahamas? Would cover medical costs and traveling expenses, as well as a pass to Planet Fitness, child care, lodging, lost wages, and more. So we get half of South America pouring in. And, so, a lot of them are pregnant and shit. So they want to get it. But congratulations, America. You're being used like a fucking, wages and more through only people who are globalists who think we're all going to live together. There's going to be no borders. Think like this. And that's New York. Wages and more through nonprofits who would receive public money through annual budget process. But some legislatures say there are better ways to spend the approximately, get the price tag per year, $50 million per year to kill babies. And annual funding that Gonzalez Rojas said the program would need to meet expected demand. We have so many of our own citizens that have critical health care needs that we should be focused on. For instance, we are witnessing an explosion of mental health issues, mostly in the Democrat Party, especially in our young people. Assemblyman John Salka, Republican, Cooperstown, only guy with any brains in New York, apparently.
You are correct, sir.
He's absolutely right. They don't give two fucks about the American citizen. You're in the way right now. You are in the way of their plan. It's outrageous, he says. The taxpayers of the state of New York should not be subsidizing the performing of abortions for out-of-state women, Salka said. Demand for abortion in New York is expected in the coming months, especially, guess why? In the states like Texas, where some migrants face new abortion restrictions oh, I'm sorry to inconvenience you. You're not supposed to be here. They come into Texas over I can't get an abortion? How fucking this country suck? Restrictions, it should be mandatory. Anybody coming over has to have an abortion. How about that? I'll perform them. Warm up the van, Dallas. New abortion restrictions after enduring rape and other violence while crossing the southern. It's all our responsibility, apparently. The taxpayer in the United States. It's all our responsibility for all the problems, illegal immigrants, legal ones, people from. Who do they think they is?
Oh, poor you.
All right, so that's that. New York, are you still living there, people? I think even New York might push back on this one. Yeah, well, you're probably right. It's just, it's getting crazier. And don't forget, men can have abortions too. I wonder if they're covered. That's in that infrastructure bill. That's the bit I do on it. If you guys haven't seen my stand-up, it's very funny. Men having abortion, that's going to fuck up the playoffs. Really? AFC Championship? Fucking.
Brady's on medical leave.
Yeah. They're NFC now, right? Tampa? Yeah. The threat. Oh, here's some good news for you, folks. Let's get off the abortion and talk about somebody else dying, maybe an adult. Putin, I put pudding. Putin punchy. The threat of Vladimir Putin launching a nuclear war is very real, in quotes, it says, and his psychiatric health is bad indeed. An oligarch close to the Russian tyrant has warned us. Oh, boy. A prominent billionaire has alerted associates about his health and said stories about him going bonkers. Is that a word in Russian, really? Going bonkers are not a joke. Here he is trying to protect himself from being poked in the eyes by Mo. He has aged. It's funny how when you murder innocent women and children, you don't sleep that well, and the stress could cause some maladies. There's the doorman behind him at the Hyatt asking escort. The oligarch said himself and others with prominent business empires closely linked to the leader are fearful over Putin's next move in Ukraine. Last week, investigative journalist Christo Grozev claimed, I wonder where he is now, claimed that Putin's top commanders, get this, plan to ignore his order to launch nuclear missiles because they think he is gravely ill. So they're going, what the fuck, he's not going to take us with him, he's going anyways. Why should we go? I want to know where that guy is who came out with that statement. Look at that fucking uniform he does. He looks like a doorman, doesn't he? I have no exact data about his health condition, but people who are close to him, including oligarchs, believe he has cancer, said Grozev. Well, all right. We're going to get laid. It's like God's getting back at him. The revelation comes as Putin hosts a vast Red Square parade with 11,000 troops, which is about 1/100th of what the Chinese do. That's actually tiny. That's not even them. That's the people waiting to get into my show up at Peekskill, New York last weekend. Look at them. Very well. Red Square parade with 11,000 troops and his most modern missiles and tanks today. They break those out at the parade, trying to scare people. His doomsday plane, I thought that would have been a picture of, you know what, of either Allegiant or Spirit. You hear doomsday and plane. From which he can control Russia in a nuclear war, not if we shoot the motherfucker down, is also expected to feature in the Victory Day commemoration. For the first time in 12 years, a sign of deep tension with the West. So that's all symbolism, letting us know they're not happy. And I'll say it again, I don't blame him. I don't say I'm not condoning what he did to Ukraine shit, but you're trying to put, bring Ukraine, which is part of Russia for Christ's sake, into NATO. I mean, you can see, and with his parent, if he really is losing it, I can see even if he wasn't losing, why he might be bothered by that. But, all those neocons in D.C. who love war, make money. Max Boot. A trusted source said people who personally know this oligarch close to Putin and other insiders have told me that big business closely affiliated to power are sitting as quiet as mice because the emperor's madness, that would be Putin, is real. And the nuclear strike threat is very real too. So they're not saying, boo, the businessmen. They're afraid to even fucking... He don't look good there. He looks a little puffy. And they showed it. I should have showed the picture. He had like a blanket on his lap. He didn't unfold it like everybody else. This guy walked. I'm surprised he got a shirt on in this parade. But yeah, he's showing some frailness. And we showed you last week when a picture of him talking to another guy, and he's holding the table, which he does because they say he has Parkinson's. So him and Michael J. Fox are going to have a duel with butter knives. Those most strongly opposed to the war in the elite have shut up because the dangers of challenging him, they won't say boo to him. They told me that Putin's psychiatric health is bad indeed. And stories about him going bonkers once again are not a joke, they said. Bonkers? Who talks like that? Why you? I want you guys to think about this. I made this point a couple weeks ago. The two most powerful guys, well, arguably, the guy of China too, but think about it. Biden, he wouldn't know the nuclear button from the one on his collar, and this fucking guy's losing his mind. There's a comforting thought. Sleep tight, everybody. There is some really serious trauma there with everyone scared of its consequences. The unnamed oligarch is a well-known name in Russia. Who is it, Bezos? And he has known the Russian leader closely for many decades. People think it's his life partner. Alec. Other reports suggest Putin is suffering the early stages of Parkinson's disease and grips the desk to avoid involuntary shaking. Here he is, heading up to his office yesterday. I couldn't believe this. He's heading up to his office, his secretary behind him. She's very concerned. Holy shit. That was funny, wasn't it? Nothing funny than people falling down and getting really hurt. General SVR, that's state Russian, blah, 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 which uses the acronym of Russian Foreign Intelligence, said last month that Putin may soon vanish for a period as he undergoes surgery linked to cancer. So he don't feel good.
Bye-bye, dickhead.
I don't think it's cancer. I think he's having calf implants and pec implants. Another gymnast is pregnant. I think it's his girl. I'm hoping it was him. She says now that he's got Parkinson's, he's a much better fuck.
You never know what to expect.
Honey, time for bed. Let's move on, shall we? 2 Jews walk into a plane. A group of about 100 Orthodox Jews from New York City says it was barred from boarding a connecting flight in Germany, last week, because a few didn't wear the on the previous leg of the flight. The group embarked from JFK Airport. Excuse me. I've been on flights like this because I used to live in the fly out of New York. I had a guy sitting next to me, Orthodox. I actually like them. They're great neighbors. I had them live next to me in L.A. because they believe in something. They mind their business. But I had this guy on the plane. He put this, whatever the fuck, some leather shit. I thought he was into S&M and shit. And then he starts going, I'm going, do you know something about the engine? What do you? It just made me nervous. Luckily, there was a Palestinian right behind us who punched him in the head. No. The group embarked from JFK Airport in Queens to begin a religious, like I do, pilgrimage to Budapest. I never make it, though. I always end up stopping at the Hooters in Jacksonville. I'm even going the wrong way. In Budapest, Hungary. They had a stopover in Frankfurt on Wednesday. Hope it was kosher. But when they tried to board their next plane out of Germany for Hungary, they were not allowed to get on. The group said they were all barred from the Lufthansa jet because a handful of them hadn't worn on the inbound trip for New York. So that's their side of the story.
Are you interested in the real story?
Yeah. Due to operational reasons coming from the flight from New York, for all passengers here, we have to cancel you on this flight, astonished members of the group said they were told at the gate, according to the Jewish news outlet Himodia, a great paper I get every morning. First they asked this question.
Is it because we're black?
No, it's because you wear black. Here's ZZ Top on their final tour, getting on the American flights no longer require, but German law, Sprachen Sie raus, has kept the mandate intact for travel. It wasn't clear if those members of the group who didn't wear the United States flight were willing to put on for the Lufthansa journey. But either way, when some wearing members of the group began to object to being lumped together for their next leg, a Lufthansa staffer allegedly conceded that they were all being punished for the actions of those who previously didn't wear, which were Jewish people. So now they're being lumped in all together, and you don't want to be anti-PC with Jewish people. They invented PC. They explicitly said that nobody, this is the airline talking, who was dressed alike on that JFK plane is going to board the Lufthansa plane to Budapest. That's their way of saying of the Orthodox group member Nachman Kana told the publication Himodia. Only 1 or 2 did not wear the previous flight, Kahana noted. One of the Orthodox Jews in the group grilled, I wouldn't use that word, an airline staffer about the mass exclusion. Here is, this guy's treating it like he's at a coffee shop. I got to talk to the manager. Look, I defend Jews all the time, okay, on this show. I do. You know I do. I defend Israel I go to nothing but Jewish doctors and pedicures. What? No, I kid. But I'm just saying, this is a New York Jewish guy that, this is why some people get, but I mean, he's got a legitimate point if that's what they were doing, but he doesn't even let this Nazi speak. Go ahead.
Everybody else on the flight went. So why am I?
Why am I?
The non-Jewish people on the flight went. So why do Jewish people pay for other people's crimes?
It's because it's Jewish coming from JFK.
So Jewish people coming from JFK are paying for the crimes of a few people. Do we pay for the crimes of Israel?
No.
Just the Jewish people.
Pause. And there's where you Jews, there's where you lose people. What's the crimes of Israel got to do with it? He's a little touchy because he's in Germany. I'd keep your mouth shut. Now go ahead.
You want to discuss with me, or you want to listen to?
No, I'm like shocked beyond.
Yes,
I've never in my adult life I've never heard of it.
If you want to do it like this, Jewish people who were the mess, who made the problems.
So Jewish people on the plane made a
Pause. Yes. Yes, they did. Is this guy dressed like one too? They don't really say that. He's not part of it. Well, he's saying a couple made of it. You shouldn't lump me in. Why not? You're traveling. It's like the Dallas Cowboys on the plane. If you're all dressed, you're all guilty. But gotta love that Lufthansa, huh?
Hates Jews. Hates Jews.
The president of Lufthansa denied the anti-Semitic charges at a press conference yesterday. Here is that press conference.
Meine Arbeit für richtig hältst.
Jews won't wear masks to hide their big noses. It's disgusting. I don't want them in the bathrooms watching the in-house entertainment. They are a problem. Schnatten, botten, die Matten, ne?
Hates Jews. Hates Jews.
Yes, Lufthansa, you got a lot to answer for. Oh, Bobby, that's not funny.
You're a damn terrorist. All right.
There was a guy and a woman at my show Saturday night. The wife goes, I hate the sound effects. I said, you shouldn't have told me that. I'll be leaning on them buttons. Anyhow, hey. That wasn't all right what was going on at the German airport. You got to treat everybody like they're accountants and lawyers and dentists. What? I did, but I lived in Beverly Hills, and no, I didn't live in a nice Beverly. I was in a rented house, me and my wife, in a nice little, tree-lined street. We had, I think, Hasidic Orthodox Jews living like next to us. And like I said, they mind their business. They go to church almost every day. Sure, there was some gunplay. They had loud music, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Those weren't people dressed in black. They were. Oh, for the love of right. What's the headline? All right. That sounds like Matthew McConaughey. Well done, Dallas. It's a beautiful thing to see a guy as successful and famous as Matthew McConaughey still have his head on right when viewing the world and the two sides of the political spectrum. I kind of like the guy. I don't think he's as smart as he thinks, but I do like him. And I like that you see him at college football games on the sideline. He's a Texan, right? Good fucking actor, too. That movie about AIDS, what was it, the Cowboys have AIDS?
Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh, my God, look at Dallas today. Of course he knows that. His fucking name's on the title.
Yeah, I only know because when I have to search an IMDb for me, that's the first thing that comes up.
That's right? There you go. If you've paid any attention to any of the virtual press that McConaughey has done in the past couple of years, especially for his new book, Green Lights, he's taken issue with both sides many times, calling for Here's where I have a problem already. And I know you people are going to be with me, but anybody else would. When I hear, it's both sides. No, there's one side right now who is way, way off the tracks. I'm not saying the right is perfect. They don't do shit. But compared to the left, who own the fucking media and everything else, and who was trying to, they burnt fucking cities down over, a shooting. And no, I don't want to hear about the right. What do they do that's so wrong? Anyways, many times calling for an overhaul of how we do politics. He even said before he declined to run for the governor of Texas that he sees politics to be a broken business. Okay, well, how are you going to fix it? Maddie, write a spec script. McConaughey is a self-described centrist who digs deeper and, most importantly, finds nuance in the way he looks at politics and the people who support a given agenda. So he's gonna dig down deep and straighten us out, right? Motherfucker.
If that's a fact.
No. Leave it in. Russell Brand and McConaughey went deep into politics and the far left, among many other topics, during a 2020 episode of Brand's Under the Skin podcast, citing both the U.S. and his home country of England as examples. Russ, that would be Russell Brand, said he took exception to the way people have begun to look down on working class people. Amen. Liking this guy more and more. There's a lot of condemnation and criticism, this is Russ talking, as what I might describe as ordinary working people. There's a kind of offhandedness like, oh, they're dumb, they're voting for Brexit, they're voting for Trump. I don't like it, and I don't like to hear it. And he's absolutely right. Those are called elitist jerk-offs, or known as Democrats. I just look at the fans on my Red Sox game. I don't know if I told this one on the air. I don't know. Couple weeks ago, foul ball at Fenway. Guy catches it, does this. Not a young guy. This guy looks like he was in his 50s. Gets everybody's attention, right? He's got the ball. Then he does this, like really exaggerated, and sees a little kid and hands the ball to the kid, and then takes a bow. Oh my God. I wanted to get on a flight. I called the airline. I wanted to there's Boston right now. And it's my hometown, folks. I'm not saying everybody, but most people. They're jerk-off libs. He fucking, look at me, I'm virtue, I'm a good guy. What an ass fuck. Oh, I wanted to kill him. Matthew agreed, and he blames it on the Hollywood elite. This is, again, Russ saying that they talk down to people, hardworking people. He blames it on the Hollywood elite and what he called the illiberal left. There are a lot of people on the liberal left that absolutely condescend, patronize, and are arrogant towards the other 50%. You work with all of them, by the way. I'm sure you saw it in our industry when Trump was voted exactly 4 years ago. He's talking about showbiz people. They were in denial, for real. Some of them were in absolute denial. McConaughey continues, now Biden's our guy. You've got the right that's in denial because their side has fake news. No, we don't. See, here's where all his credibility to me, and again, I'm not saying the right is perfect. We're not the one with the fake news. We're not the one keeping alive. We're not the ones who fucking broadcast that Trump was a Russian agent for 2 years. I could go on and frickin' on. We're not the ones who are making commercials where every couple is interracial. We're not the ones grooming your children through Disney. What are you fucking talking about? Who has the fake? Even people are leaving CNN and watching Tucker Carlson. Who's got fake news? What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? Sorry, Jimmy, it's in my mother's name. What'd you say? And I understand he says they've been fed fake news. No. There's all kinds of fake news. No one knows what the hell to believe, right? So they're putting down their last bastion of defense. I think he's talking about the election. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, you're wrong there too. I almost feel like it's a move to say, let's get aggressively centric. I dare you. And everybody likes to think they're centric. Go ahead.
I say this,
stuttering prick.
I'll meet you in the middle. I actually think that is more of a dare right now than it's ever been.
Yeah.
That spot again is not like, oh, no, not going there. Somebody said to me that it's, oh, yeah.
Hey, Russell, how to be into the interview? Sound like Raymond. Yeah. Good actor. I'm a great actor. Yeah. Go ahead.
Meet you in the middle. You know it's in the middle of the road, McConaughey, yellow lines and dead armadillos. I said, let me tell you something, bud. I said, I'm walking down the yellow line right now, and the armadillos are running free, having a great time. I said, you know why? I said, the other two sides, the two vehicles on either side of the political aisle are so far apart, their fucking tires aren't even on the pavement anymore. I mean, so trust me, it's free over here. There's plenty of room.
Yeah. And both those cars are Lincolns, and he's driving them. Remember that? Matthew also went at the Twitter blue checks for attacking people from afar, calling it short money. I don't really get that. And rubbernecking through life, which is,
Why so serious?
I don't know. Anyways, I like him. Hey, look. I like to see The Rock get in there. You know. Bill Maher, boy, he's coming around. Gutfeld showed a clip of him going, I didn't know that, in Europe, they have more restrictions on abortion than here. He was admitting all the shit that he didn't know. Welcome to the fucking, I'm telling you, it's the weed. Finally waking up. Okay, that's it, folks. Letting that one quick. It's the fastest 11 hours on TV. Don't forget to sign up at thecomicsgym.com. And don't forget patreon.com. Again, sign up monthly. Please, let's blow this thing up. I got to catch Rogan. I only have a year. Excuse me. nickdip.com for all your other horseshit. And cameo.com if you want me to a little mini roast to one of your friends or relatives or people at work. Or say happy birthday to mom. Any of that stuff. Cameo.com. Click on my profile. They'll explain it to you. That is it, you guys. Thinking I will say it. You're very welcome. And don't forget, again, Art of John Panisi. Art of John, PENNISI.com. That's Panisi. If you want to get, guys, very good. This is me running out of a Popeye's chicken. What? Anyways. That's it. You guys thinking I'll say you're very welcome. See you back here same time tomorrow.